Hi, I'm Katie. So welcome back or welcome. We're going to have kind of an elongated intro today because I just wanted to touch a little bit more on something that I've talked about in other videos, but you might not have seen those. So a big focus, I'm still going to talk about any and everything in fashion that I want to talk about on this channel, but a big refocus for me as I'm like relaunching this channel that I want to focus on bringing content around is like how to look really, really, really chic without spending a lot of money and without always having to go out and buy something new, go out and buy something trendy. And so like just taking what I'm wearing today, what I want to call attention to, like this blouse is from, I bought this in 2012 or 2013. Back when I was on TV the first time, in my first TV era, which I bet if you go to my reel, you will see me wearing this, or you will see a bunch of other different varieties of the same thing. So, and also, side note, if you learn nothing else about fashion from watching my channel, let it be this. When you wear a statement top like this that has like a shimmery detail, a sequin detail, let your statement top do the speaking. You don't need to clutter this with a necklace. I'm wearing earrings. I'm wearing a couple of bracelets that we're going to talk about in a moment, but I'm not wearing a necklace, and I'm really just like letting the top speak for itself. And like I said, 2012 or 2013. So maybe not vintage, but something you might have lying around, especially like if you worked in, corporate. A lot of people have pieces like this left over that then maybe they went to a fully remote kind of a job or a fully remote kind of a setup, and now they're not wearing these things anymore, and they're struggling to try to find that pivot to work them into like their new wardrobe that they have going on. So blouse, old, but making it look new. And I'm actually going to do another video of like what I'm wearing it with right now, like the full look, which is more of like a classic look, a traditional look. And then I'm going to do more of like a modified, modern, updated way to style this. So this is more of the classic traditional, like this would have been pretty similar to how I would have styled this, like when I went to work. And for television too, minus of course all like the big noise making jewelry, right? Okay, so next, this bracelet set, I have had this again since probably around the same time, maybe like 2014. This is like Jessica Simpson. And I bet I paid all of like $14 to $16 for this. And so again, of course, it's cheap, it's brass, it's, doesn't look expensive, but it looks glam. It looks put together with the whole look, right? And then I have this cuff, or this bangle rather, from way back in the day. This is actually almost vintage. This, one of my friends got me this back in like 2006, back in like the Lauren Conrad type of kind of preppy style era. So but I love the black and white. I love that it says love because we all need more of that. And so I think like pairing it with some of my more modern minimalistic jewelry is like a really great way to work some of these things in. So you too may have a huge plastic chunky bangle like this from back in the day that you're like, how do I wear this now without looking like I'm pulling out this piece from 2006 or 2007? This is how. So that's kind of what I want to talk about. There's going to be a lot of that. I'm going to be doing a lot of showing you how to wear things that you already have. If you want to go out and buy new stuff, or you don't have stuff and you want to go out and buy versions, that's great. But I'm going to try to help people with some of the content and the videos on this channel. I'm going to try to help people tap into like wearing stuff that they're currently finding themselves not wearing in their wardrobe, and helping them pivot those pieces. So again, today's video is kind of, this is like a DIY project actually. There's going to be, like I said, I'm going to do more videos about the actual fashion styling of this, and then I'll link those. But today's video, what I wanted to talk about is like chic and cheap ways to make your phone charger, or really like your laptop charger, any charger, just look really cute. And there's also a bunch of side perks to this. So this is like my iPhone 7 charger, and I bet I wrapped this with washi tape back in 2017 when I got it, okay? And sure, some of it's like peeling off, but you know what this charger didn't do? It didn't start to split, this is when they were still the rubber ones, and so a lot of them would start to split. I had this charger and used it for so long, and I have the one that's still in my car, and it works. So I'm going to show you, you all know washi tape. You could get this online, whatever, craft store. I bought a couple of different packs like this because I use them for other just like in like scrapbooking and like planner type projects. So you could do this with your charger. It's great because it looks super cute. This is the polka dot one, this one, the white one. And it's kind of rubbed off over time, but like I did it in 2017. So yours will look much, much better when it's fresh. And, you know, this protected it. It made it not fray on the connection points there. And then also, like in 2017, I was still working a desk job. So I would have a charger that I would leave there all the time, and I wouldn't want somebody to just steal my charger like when I went home and they were working late or whatever it is. So I'm like, yep, this is a great way because nobody's going to want, you can't steal it. You can't peel it off. The next thing that I'm going to show you to decorate your charger, somebody could just take off, but this is a really good way that way. And you know, it's kind of like therapeutic if you find crafting and things like that. Like somebody who finds knitting therapeutic would find wrapping a charger in washi tape therapeutic. And you don't have to get washi. Like if you have, there's like colored masking tape. I know that there's patterned masking tape and duct tape. And so whatever you've got lying around, this is supposed to be an exercise in what do I already have from some other purpose that I can make use of and use it to like spruce up my charger or whatever it may be. And so this is my newer one. And then this is sort of a side tip, which I'll actually go into first. So this is the 2 meter one. And when I was toggling with like, should I get the 1 meter or should I get the 2 meter? I actually thought back to something that like we were told when we were trying to decide what college to go to. And somebody had said, I don't know if this was one of my friends or like one of their like guidance counselors or college counselors had said like, you know, when you're trying to choose between like a big school, like a school that has 50,000 undergrads, like where I went, or a school that has 8,000 undergrads, the piece of advice was you can always make a big school small, but you can never make a small school big. And so the way that what that actually means is like, at a big school, you can always find your niche. You could find your small friend group. You could be in clubs. You could be in a sport. You could join a house. You could just make really good friends with people that like are in your residence hall the first year, or the second year, or whatever. And so you can always take that big school and you can make it feel small and feel homey, but you still have all the perks of a big school. Like, you know, maybe a bigger like sports presence if that's what you're into. Maybe more majors, which is always a good thing. More just options in general, right? More different kinds of people that you can be friends with. And, but a small school will always be small. You can never take a small school and make it big. A small school is never going to have those perks of a big school. So while there's definitely cons to a big school, there's ways that you can shrink it down and have the benefits that the small school brings in some ways. Not totally. It's still a different experience, right? It's still a big school, but you can mimic that small school, like cozy friend feel. And I can attest to this within a big school, but you can't make a small school ever feel bigger than it is, right? So the rationale, how that pivots and applies to buying the charger, you can always take the 2 meter long charger and tie it up in some way so that it is shorter. And then when you want it to be longer and you need it to stretch longer, you can untie it. So I love ribbon. It's like, it's just such a classic, preppy, elegant thing. So whenever I get a good piece of ribbon on a gift or something, I actually have a jar. I should have brought this here to show, but I have a jar that I have all of like just little tiny ribbon scraps like this in case you have like a really small gift you're going to give somebody. Like, for example, I have a coffee mug here. Say I bought this for somebody as a souvenir because I'm such a wonderful friend. And I wanted to like just tie it a little bit, make it look like a gift. I could just tie a piece of ribbon that matched on this. Okay. So you could tie it in your hair. I know that the hair ribbon and like the ballet core style is, still super trending. So just took a little, and I love that it matches the wall paint, you guys. Seriously, like I don't even plan this. So taking a little small piece of ribbon and tying this bow, and this just looks so elegant. This just brings a smile to my face every time I go to use it. I'm just like, oh, boop, this is so pretty. Look at how elegant. And like, when people say you should romanticize your life, this is a little way of like what they're talking about. Like you have to reach for your charger every day, every other day, inevitably. And so why not make it like a fun experience? Why not put something on there that makes you feel like, if this is your vibe, like girly and fun and pretty, like I feel pretty, or, the washi tape vibe, like this is just like really fun and practical. And again, there's so many varieties of washi tape. Like if you decide to go down this road, you will find something that like suits your fancy. Like I have the more boho kind of brown ones, and then I had the more bright ones. This one had like kind of that little quatrefoil print, and then yeah, the polka dotted one. But you know, just have fun with it. I'm sure that you may have something lying around. You may have some kind of I'm like looking around the room right now. You may have some kind of a fastening element that isn't a ribbon or a bow, or like you may have a cool piece of cord. Like paracord is super big right now. Oh my gosh. Paracord, I could do a whole nother video about that. But yeah, I hope that this is helpful, because I think that there's so many little things like this, if we're willing to get creative, that we can infuse a little bit of chicness. Like, you know, when I pull this out, not only does this make me happy, but other people look and they're like, wow, she has enough self-love and enough self-respect, and she took the time for herself to make her charger something pretty and aesthetic, and like every time she uses it, it brings a smile to her face. It brings a smile to other people's faces. Like love, right? Like this is what it's all about. Read it off my bangle if you don't want to hear it from me, right? But anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this. Like I said, there's going to be more fashion stuff, but also I have a lot of other ideas for videos about things like this that are like really simple, easy, cheap ways. Like I dare you to find how cheap you can find yourself a roll of washi tape. And it doesn't take that much of this to do your charger. Like this, I have so much left from doing the 1 meter charger. So you're not going to have any trouble. You'll have plenty left over for like cute scrapbooking purposes. Like I said, if you want to use it in planners, there's just all kinds of cute uses for it, and you'll find something that suits your fancy. But I hope that this inspired you to like, just first of all, look around your life, one, at stuff you use, and think about how you can beautify it and just make yourself happy in the process. And then also, you know, looking at everything and being like, how can I make this super chic and aesthetic and not have to spend a lot of money? Because I think that there is a big overconsumption problem. There's a big fast fashion problem, and it could go into, you know, all of those topics further as well. But also, I encourage you to look at things in your wardrobe that you maybe thought you perceived as dated, or like, oh, I used to wear that when I would wear it with like a black blazer to work. And now that I'm not like doing the whole black blazer to work lifestyle, like I don't know how to pivot this piece. And like, should I donate it? Should I get rid of it? Should I try to resell it? And so before, I mean, you're welcome to do any of those things, but before you cross that bridge, I welcome you to come here, and I want to show you ways to wear these things that you already have with, you know, maybe you incorporate a few new pieces, but you don't have to always be going out and being like, oh, this thing's in style now. Oh, the coastal cowgirl thing's in style now. Now I need cowgirl boots. Okay, now I need this. Now I need like, no. If you want it, great. That's one thing. If you like a trend, like I said in the bag charm video, if you like a trend, go for it. Like it's not anything to be ashamed of in following a trend. Only if you are only following the trend to follow the trend. If it's not something that you're genuinely interested in, because then you're going to be sick of it. Once it's out of style, like you're going to be sick of it. I could list so many things here that I'm sure people regret they bought, but you can fill in the blank with whatever it might be. An expensive handbag, a pricey eyeshadow palette, whatever it is. But yeah, so I hope that this inspires you to look anew at things that you already own and think how you can make them be 2025 or whatever year you're watching this, make them fit the mold of the modern style aesthetic that you're going for, but not have to break the bank. So I hope you enjoyed this. Please like and subscribe, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next one. Will I see you in the next one? I hope so. All right. Much love, you guys.